Everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story Nomad, episode 12 with me, Sid, and this is the first Nomad I've recorded since my holiday. Actually, again, as with my previous episode of Rusty Gears, it's not since my holiday, I haven't gone yet, I'm pre-recording. But we are here on in the Nomad world. We're still here over there. There is the manor, which is the ruin we are going to be raiding today. We have gone and somewhere over there-ish, I can't remember where it is, I've lost it now. Let's have a look, map. There was a ruin. That's the old church ruin, just there. Got the trader down here, and we have the tower here, and it has been commented that, now I'm picking up this tower, that I can't get down. How do we put this? The temp bag mod seems a little bit overpowered, and there is an answer to this. This is I have updated and replaced the temp bag mod with the temp bag reworked mod. Now, the temp bag reworked does two things. One, it gives you a new model. So we've got the empty temp bag, which I've swapped out for the thing. You can also make those in different colours. So if I were to go into blocks and everything and do temp bag, we can now have different coloured temp bags. And then you just make those with the appropriately coloured cloth. Obviously that means dyeing and yada yada yada. Not dyeing, but dyeing. But this also has a cost per block. Now normally the cost is 2 per block. I'm not sure whether that would be too much for me to be able to even pick this up. So I've set it down at half effort per block at the moment. And what we are going to do is we're going to try this out in the morning, obviously, when it's safe. Oh, that cave is probably where the badness came from. Right. This one will also drop a home icon when you think, oh, and I've reached level 5 in the survival skill. Okay, just by sleeping. That was pretty good. We've got a bit of vintage B, got a little bit of U. I'm just going to eat a carrot, I think, for now. Do I want to keep the rot? Well, I've got rot somewhere stashed because obviously we keep killing rot beasts. I still need to work out a storage system. That is one thing I am sorely missing. And of course it's been a hot minute since I last played this, so I have forgotten quite a lot of what was going on out here. Just make sure there's nothing. A little bit of a fan coming on there, don't know why. Right, let us try this new tent. I think we need to go up. I think that's a half, so 136. I think deploying my tent should be taking probably at least a third of my thing, so 136, double that to 250. I think 2 is probably right, actually. Okay, let's pop it back. Oh, hello, let's pop it back down again for now. So I will make that change to the config file to 2. And then what we will do is we will get a second temp bag set up of a different colour eventually, maybe, or maybe wow, having a proper hissy fit. Need to okay, well that's annoying. But we will have a smaller tent bag which will be more like a tent, so we'll have like a lightweight survival tent, if you like, that we can take out into the world with us and put down for nights and just travelling, and then we'll place that tent bag. Oh, it's a rot beast, okay. I really need to go and have a look at my... Oh, hello, and then one of them guys as well, yeah. I need to have a look at my fan settings. There's something really not very right here. Shouldn't be reacting like that to a simple manor. But it is. Alright, well, something to have. I have to say now, starting to get to the mindset that I may need to think about upgrading my machine sooner rather than later. It is getting a little bit long in the tooth, I think. I mean, it's probably not old by a lot of people's standards, but obviously I won't say I rely on mine for my living, because obviously YouTube is not my living, but I do rely on it for being able to do all of these things. So yeah, I'm gonna have to have a look at that in a minute. Oh, lovely! We've got a shiver up there. I don't like them. But okay, well, we'll skirt around the outside to start off with, and well, I'm going to go. I think I'm going to quickly save and go and have a look at my graphic settings, because this is more annoying than it being on constantly. Back in a second. Alright, well, I've got the CPU monitor on. I don't think... Oh, God, that doesn't look safe. I don't think there's a huge amount I can do about this. This is just what it is. I saw movement over there. I think that might be another shiver, maybe? Was it? Let's spin around the outside and just have a peek. I don't want to... There he is, look. And thing, I don't know what. Oh, he spotted me, okay. Come on then. Where did he go? Did he just go down into the pit? Obviously we've got a drifty boy there. Oh, this fan is annoying. Well, we'll deal with you. That's probably a good start. And then we can have a look to see what. I think he's gone down there. I don't think we, hopefully we'll not be seeing him again, and I don't really want to see the rest of the contents of down there either. So a lot of this is, do I want it? That is sold by, you see. I don't really want something that's sold by. I want something that's bought by. I don't think you're really worth much. You've got nothing new. Bits of law, nothing new. Oh, this is getting silly. I don't have any of this problem with the things. That's just smoky quartz and peridotite. I don't think there's anything valuable there. Let's have a look. Whoa, hello. Don't know what. I don't know what type of boathorn you are. Oh, you're a gearful. Good God. Okay, I think we we treat that with the respect it's due. Still didn't kill it. Yeah, tier 4. That's got, mainly the issue with the gear foot is it's got a decent melee damage, and also gives you a temporal gear and a bunch of gears. I mean, definitely worthwhile killing. Right, let's loot some of these chests. I'm not going to worry about the lamps, I don't think. Nomad boots. Yeah, we might as well loot these chests out, and I'm just going to see what else there is, if there's anything I want. I'm going to take these actually, or some of these, and I think I'm not going to be looting the bottom. I think you probably can guess that I don't feel adequately prepared. I'm going to cut a lot of this lot up, by the way. This is not me taking this because I want a lot of clothes. This is me taking this because I want a lot of linen. But those have no real value. We'll have you, because again they'll probably do for the tents and the likes. I'm looking for that, looking for torch holders. This is a beautiful ruin, without a doubt. You know, it's always been, and it's a very good ruin if you want loots. And there is some very nice loot in the basement of the thing, but a lot of this is just going to be rubbish that we cut up for spares. Some of it I might keep. Snow goggles, you know, there's a few items which we might want to incorporate into an outfit rather than the talk. I mean, you can't really see the talk, so okay, I can just go on the floor. But well, hello. Barricaded yourself in and starved to death. What a horrible way to go. A rosary and a saddle blanket. Right, so we probably just need to start processing some of this, don't we? Survivor boots versus... See, I like those Nomad boots. Those are a nice boot. Tattered linen shirt. Don't mind having a bit of that. Marketeer cape. Worn leather boots. And all of this is potentially giving us more. Already wearing a leather bracer, so we might as well process you. That can go. A fur comb we might want come winter. Let's not be. What are you? Your hunter boots. They're in terrible condition, so we'll process those up. Those are in actually slightly better condition, so they can go on. Reindeer or a sturdy. I think the sturdy. That can go through there. Do I want the plain glasses? No. Do I want the forlorn hope veil? No. Do I want you and you? Yes. Right. I think that will do me for starters. We'll take the rosary and we'll take the saddle blanket. I'm not going to worry about the rot. I don't want that. Okay, well, we survived the first encounter. Let's just go around the outside, Oh, this fan. I can see, I mean, what's happening? I think it's my CPU is getting hot. I mean, the GPU is kind of peaking out at about 89, but I can see the fans, I don't know why the fan's playing silly buggers like this. whether that can be... I can process you for timber ons. Let me go back and get the other one then. Yeah. Now this obviously just got a little bit more dangerous than the last time I came here, because I know there's usually a saw blade locust in the pits down there, along with a whole load of locusts. I really need to. I am going to go away, save, and just be back in a moment. All right. Couldn't see anything obvious that we could do. However, I have closed everything that I don't need to be closed. So hopefully, the stress on the system will be no less whatsoever. Something is hammering GPUs and CPU, but I think we are kind of stuffed here. Of course, I'm now carrying way more. What have you got? Well, we'll take the cpaciy because it's free. I want that. I like that. It's just, it doesn't have any useful function whatsoever, but it's one of those peculiar little objects that things. Obviously, there's a whole load of Jonas parts, which I suppose we should take. Empty. 6 ore blasting bombs. Definitely take those. Those will come in handy. Oh, that fan. Native copper. Yeah, might as well have it. It's all... What have you got? Locust limb. I'll take the golden treasure chest. I'm not really bothered about the locust limb. Wow, I really need to... Chandler's blueprint. I think that gives me... I think I'm going to have to go back, do a little bit of rationalization, store some stuff, and come back. I think this is going to have to be a multiple visit. Can't even see it. Where did I leave my house? My tent over there. It's going to have to take multiple visits, I think. God, this fan is annoying. I don't recall it really doing this when we had just small things, and now I've got a cat wanting to go out. I let the cat in, of course, now the cat wants to go out. But, well, we'll proceed back. I'll probably rationalise my inventory a little bit. I'm not sure whether I quite need as many spears on me as I've got right now. I obviously needed them to cope with the gear foot, but we'll leave the swine beast up there. He's not causing me any bother at all, and well, we can just go. I can sort my inventory out and then we can come back. So I'll go and put some stuff away. I'll be back in a second. Well, that's a problem. We've got a temporal storm. I'm going to go and get myself squirreled away. I think I noticed it. I started to sleep and it basically went, hey, storm. So, same old, same old. That should be enough. We'll come out here and we'll give myself a little pillar of protection, and we'll come up 1, 2, 3 and down. I'm not taking any chances this time. I think what we'll do is we can get ourselves our little pillar in. Got that. Now obviously things are going to be able to shoot me from that direction and that direction. I think I should be able to hide suitably. Maybe we take you out, go up a little bit, and just give myself a nice anti-spawn protection up there, and then we can hide this one out again. Yeah, that'll do me. Right, I'm going to pass this storm. I will see you once it's done. Laters. Alright, I slept through the storm. I remember that I can sleep through storms. I've got that turned on. What I do want is it's 4 in the morning, so we can probably wander over to this trader. Let me just get my gears out. I'm not sure whether I actually want anything that this trader is selling, but it's light enough that we may be able to make our way over to the GPU fan killer over there. But you, what have you got to trade? Would you like to buy one of those and one of those? How about that? Would you like that? How about another one? Would you like one of those? Oh, you would you? I could sell you metal scraps. You'll buy that for 1 gear a pop. That's not a brilliant rate though. But we can keep our eyes open for more stuff. I haven't got a heavy tool belt. Aged crate closed. He's got a demand for 2 of those. I wonder if I can find some aged crates closed while I'm over there. That might be an interesting try to find as well, because I'm sure there were a few things like that. However, we do need to be pushing ourselves a little bit. I can't be a complete coward all the time. Well, I can be a complete coward all the time. I'm more than happy to be a complete coward all the time. But we do need to push ourselves just a smidge. Now, here's a question. If I come at this from this side, can I kite that saw blade locust out, and can I get it with the 4 spears? Maybe I should have brought all 6. If I can get the saw blade out, then I might feel a little bit more comfortable in there. I mean, let's be honest, I will feel a little bit more comfortable in there. Everybody feels more comfortable when the saw blade locust is not there. That's just... Oh, what are you? Oh, I think you are one of the new model drifters, aren't you? Can't see the saw blade anymore though. That does not fill me with confidence. What are you? You're big. Whatever you are. No, that's not run, that's run. Run, 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 run. You're big, that's what you are. You're big and you're bloody scary. What were you? You were a dead nightmarish. What? Damage tier 5. Good God, that's awful. A drifter gland. I didn't know. I didn't even know drifters glands were a thing. Okay, that's gross. Right, where? Don't like it. Do like that though. That saves me finding fire clay. I can see. Right, the saw blade is nowhere to be seen. I'm going to take the opportunity. I'm really not that bothered about that. But these, aged crate closed. That was what he wanted, wasn't it? Just take a couple of those. I'd also like a few of these tables. Oh wow, I never realised that these were 4 apart. Right, let's go up quick and hide. Purchased by, I mean, these are purchased by a lot of people, so maybe we should just grab the lot. I'm not really bothered about the. Oh, they're also purchased by. Okay, we'll have that. There might be a book in there. Oh, that fan. I just wish it would go away. Might as well just grab. There's a whole load over there, look, as well. I'm really not bothered about any of that, except perhaps the thing. I mean, this is a massive thing before you even take into account the. I don't really want to break that because I'm going to pick it up. I probably need to just have a little bit of a sort out of garbage anyway. Don't really need the bones, don't really need maple seeds, don't really need the fired crock if I'm brutally honest. Rot, don't need the bowl. I'll keep it for now. I can always throw it later. That's the nice thing about things, is you don't have to worry too much because you can always throw it later. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Okay, I'm going to have to do this, I think. Go up and over. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yep, there's some more stuff over there, look, which... Food vessel. Come on, stop being a tightwad. Every time I have another food vessel. Okay. Flax seeds, not really bothered about those, but again, these aged chests appear to have value to traders, so we might as well carry them and sell them. The rot, I think we're probably going to have to stop carrying, just because I keep picking it up and I don't think I really need it. Slush, no. That fuel would potentially be valuable, I suppose. But right, so down here, that's where the ladder goes down into the depth. I don't really want to play with that. I will play with that. And I suppose that as well. Just see if we can't. I'm not going to worry about carpets. I probably should also get rid of you. I think I'm going to have to ditch this rot or go back and come back for another pass, just because I'm going to have way more stuff to carry than I think that's the problem with a lot of these better ruins is they often have way more than you can carry. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to make another trip and for the upstairs, because I don't think I've got enough capacity to carry all of this. But we've got a clay oven, and that's quite the major thing for me. We also managed to avoid, well, I'm not sure whether, I think that was a tier 4 drifter, so tier 4 drifter versus a tier 4 locust. I knew there was a word. You know when you're trying to come up with a word and you just cannot. Yeah, it was one of those. But this is a big old ruin to loot, and we're going to come out with this with a lot. Hopefully we'll come out of this with another backpack, at least in leather. And again, you can't, for anybody who's going, how are you recycling the clothes, you can't do this in vanilla. That is a mod that's doing that. I think it's necessaries. I personally like it, because I think if you consider for a second, you know, what clothes are, why shouldn't you be able to think? Now, we could actually afford the forestry skill point. I don't see the point in buying it though, so we'll head back to our little, and I know I could move the castle closer, but I actually want to circumnavigate the coast a bit once we've finished here and go back in the boat. So, you know, that's the thing. I would like to actually make a small camp, in theory. Yep, we've got that, so we can now make a blue tent bag as well, which is good. Let me see if any of this will go in there. Rot. Let me just get rid of all the rot in there for starters. The firewood can go in there. And then we can start just ditching a whole bunch of stuff into here temporarily, including that and that. We'll cut these down. Yeah, so yeah, definitely not a vanilla feature. It's a mod that gives you that. I just happen to think that mod is quite the right thing to have. It just strikes me as something that should makes absolute sense. But we got those. We've actually got a means of cooking now, so that's a bonus. And it's only 11 o'clock, so let's head back in. I'll see you back over there. All right, then here we are. So let's see whether we can get in safely. I could take those decorative bottles, they really wouldn't serve any purpose. Same with the amok table, you know, it's... If I take it, it's going to be taking it for the sake of taking it. I won't be taking it because I need it. I'm not going to worry about any more or too many more crates. I think we'll have a little look down here, see if there's anything stored in any of these crates. I don't think there is, so let's head up a floor and hope that we hope that the world is nice to us. I'm going to go up to the master bedroom, I think, first. There probably isn't a lot in here. Oh, you haven't actually got your thing. Alright, let me have a look. You're sold, not purchased, and I'm not. Aged treasure chest might be purchased though. So we can have a look there. I don't think there's much of anything up in this bit. But, and it's a big but, if we look over here, there is a thing that says master bedroom. There's a translocator station down there as well, but oh, that's got rusty gears in it. We'll take those then. And that's a vessel with food. However, that's really not what we're here for. What we are here for is to get across to that side, because there should be... Oh wow, this fan is really starting to get annoying. I do apologise for this. It only really seems to be affecting this portion of the world. Oh, okay, a scroll and a thing. The scroll will probably, yeah, have nothing, and it's sold by. Don't care. Don't think anything else here is of any value whatsoever. So I don't know whether there was anything out that way. I think that's just the roof space, the attic. Probably don't want a lot of that stuff. This stuff I don't think I can do anything with. Let me just check. No, I can't. It burns. That's about it. So that just leaves the library. Through here, and I cannot remember for the life of me if this place was safe or not. Certainly the ones I've been in prior to this did not have a tree growing in them. But I get the impression we're okay. Oh, monster compendium, okay. Grants me knowledge of monsters. And then nothing much there. I love these big the books and stuff, and the library bits in here are proper. It's a really nice build, this, but oh, it definitely. Oh, hang on. I want you, because you will allow me to find the location of the university. I don't want the location of the university right now, but I probably will do eventually. Come on, get me in. Doesn't really appear in a ruined globe. I don't think any of that's any use to me. These are all nice building blocks if you're doing a game or a playthrough where you're doing a significant amount of building. We are not, so of less value. But these are such a massive resource for building if you're playing a build playthrough. It really is. about the biggest resource usage I can think of around here. Paver's blueprint is probably going up into the roof and getting some plaster. That might be something we would consider. Oh wow, this is probably going to break my axe. Of course it is, isn't it? I know it's going to. Oh, bang. No, it didn't actually. Okay, I am somewhat gobsmacked. What we got? A noble fur collar thing. Jonas thing. Oh, actually they're nice. They're always handy. We might as well take these and have a quick look at them, but I don't think there's anything in there we really want. As I say, there is a question mark about whether I want to try and get up into the roof and grab myself some plaster, because I could use plaster to make part of my tent campsite, and that might be up here somewhere. Here we go. And if you wanted grey bricks, that's the other, this is the other thing, but the plaster might be, I think, worthwhile getting a stack or two, just because it's a nice white, and when it's chiselled it can look a bit fabricy. Let's get rid of those. I'll get a couple of stacks while we're here, but I think that, other than going down into the depth, which I don't really want to do, I don't like this early on. I'm fairly certain I could handle the locusts, but there's a point where you have to sit there and say, do I really want to have to bother with the effort necessary? Right, you can come out there. Plaster plane, let me go get the plaster plane. And you know, you have to sit there and just basically work the effort, risk versus reward, and effort versus reward, I suppose, for that matter. You know, it's not just risk, sometimes it's about effort, and there's a considerable amount of effort sometimes in getting some of these items. So, you know, again, do I really want to worry about making it exactly 2 stacks? Probably not. I'm not that bothered. So what we need to do now is get ourselves back down. I think that might be something unpleasant, although not as unpleasant as other some things. But we can always that's a rot wolf thingy. Oh well, we'll head this way. I'm not too worried about some of those, and we can. There they are. I think that's what we probably don't want to bother killing or fighting. There's just not a lot of reward out of it. Didn't pick anything up much for trading with Mr. Trady, so we'll just head straight back to the tower and we'll have a look at our loots, shall we? I'm not going to take a peek. We've seen the mansion. I'll worry about that later. See you in a moment. Alright, I'm kind of sorting through my stuff, and we've got this, the Monster Compendium, which trying to remember what my skills, no, what was my X skills menu option? X skills, switch, no. Come on. Where is my X skills list? Hoofer, opener thingy. No, in-game help. X skills hotbar. No. I've completely forgotten how to get into X skills. I thought it was X, but oh, there you go. Right, so I have got 3 points to spend in survival. Now I've done long life. I require combat, tier 2 combat, to get long life to increase my health. I've got collecting, digging, clay digger, shovel expert, maxed out to 2%, careful digger, I think there is that one. What we got? Let me go back to survival. We've got nothing in combat, nothing in temporal adaptation. We have got survival. We've got collecting, nothing, and processing. I've got metalworking, 10% less material. Metal recovery, you'll receive 1 metal bit for every explore. Heating, hammer expert. We'll go there. And then cooking, you cook 34% more servings at once, 10% faster, or shelf life actually sounds like a good one. So back to survival. Where do I want to put my thing? Scout, increase your movement speed by 5%. Absolutely. All-rounder, 1 additional profession. Ooh. Oxygen, clothing is a burden, huge stomach. Yeah, we'll increase our maximum satiation. That sounds like a thing. Right, anyway, back to this. First things first, I want to get, well, let me put my leather away. I want to get all of my fabric together. Have I got, oh, I don't think I've got, I have, right, don't use that. Let me just check, have I got any more fabric anywhere else down here? Not there, not there, not there. I do need a plank, and we're going to take a plank, 1 piece of you and 1 piece of you, to make a twine storage, and we'll, I don't know, Pop you there. And that is where we'll keep all of our fabric. I don't know whether that will go. That will go in there. Okay, that's good. I don't want the rot. I do want that. So that should be all the fabric stuff. I don't know what else will go in there. Will you take rope? You will. Alright. Maybe you'll take anything. Let's have a look. Are you just storage that looks... Yes, you are. Okay. That's fine. But that means I can then put leather in there as well, which makes kind of sense to me. Perhaps even a saddle blanket, you know. We can just have a look for anything that looks like it makes sense to go into fabric storage. Leather. Now, stupid question. What can we make with that? I can obviously make leather armor. I could make a reinforced shield, but I need stuff for that. I could make a bronze reinforced backpack, which goes from 12 to 14, but it would make a lot more sense to make a backpack, I think. Probably. That is not making a great deal of sense, but I think, isn't it just that? And then if we take you out and put you in, and I haven't quite got enough to make another one. All right, let's leather helmet is 7, so we ain't making that either. But that's fine. We'll put the rest of the leather away. It won't be long before we find another piece. And we can also strip you back down for fabric. Yes, I can hear you. You're not scaring me, sir. I am in my castle. So yeah, there's a lot of searching around to do. I think it must be night time by the looks of it. Yes, it is. Hello? I know you're down there. I did hear you. Just can't see yet. Okay, well. Sound like you're over there. But we need to move on. I just need to spend a little bit of time having some sortage. This is a cells chest. This is metals, which will go and continue doing some sortage down here, because I have got somewhere kicking around more stuff. I've also got more things. I could actually make some bread now, couldn't I? I've got a bucket of water. I've got a quern, and I've now got a thing, a hoofer, a what's-magic, a clay oven. I could make some bread. I've also got you, and you, that can all go away. Don't know what to do with those tapestries, because I really haven't got anywhere to display them. I think all the rock needs to go together, all of the metal bits and pieces need to go together. Yeah, I just need to have a good sort out. Let me get on with that. I'll catch you in the morning. Alright, before we go anywhere, we are making... Oh, I didn't really need to do that. Doesn't matter. We are going to do some baking. I am going to be rearranging the interior of this quite considerably because we need more space. We don't need a massive bedroom. We may not even need a bed. And I can, in theory, put some storage up here. But we need to make some bread. That's our thing. That food there is only fresh. In fact, that's spoiling already before we've even eaten it all. So, you know, this is clearly not ideal. And we need to make things. I have also made my blue empty tent bag. So my white tent bag will be for my tent. This will be for my castle until at least I can get a purple tent bag, at which point that will be a thing. I have also modified the hunger rate, so it now uses 2 saturation for every block, so it should be getting around about 500 or so to pack this up, and I think that is a legitimate value, you know. And then what we'll do is we'll have a very lightweight tent bag, which is going to be a couple of chests, campfire, you know, something where to sleep that we can unpack quickly. Maybe put some, you know, palisade wall up around it. I don't know. We can play around with that. That's for another episode. But we can play around with that, see how we go, and have a look. So first things though, as I need to sort some food out, and then we are going to take a brief trip off down this river to see where this takes us, before we continue on. But I'm going to make these bread rolls, and we'll see what we get in the end, because I'm also going to do something else with them. Just to make them last longer. It impacts the nutrition value a little bit, but it does increase their shelf life, because these have got a life of 8 days right now. I'd like them to last longer because I'm running out of food. You know, I've got this bit of vintage thick beef. I have got fat which we can eat. I've got, you know, plenty of bits and pieces. But what I don't really have is any real long-term food, and we do have a mod in the pack that gives us that. So let me just cook these up, and I'll be back in a second. In fact, we are not going to go off on a river journey for this episode. We're going to go on a river journey for the next episode. This episode is finished. We're going for about 58 minutes, so I will get myself I don't know, a picky of some description, maybe even me with some rusks and some, you know, and a clay oven, which is clearly huge, and we'll move on. I probably should also do a pro pick reading in the area just to see if there's any kind of hint of decent amounts of iron, because we could do with finding some iron, so we could then start and move ourselves into the Iron Age. But right now I think that will be it. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Next episode we're off exploring again, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.